Hey YouTubers, Grimmy Dragon here, and once again it's review time. And today we are taking a look at the Transformers Legends Overlord. Yeah, the Japanese version of the Titans Return Overlord is finally here. And this is the version I picked instead of getting the Titans Return model. So, was it worthwhile? Let's find out. The good news is that, for the most part, the look is pretty similar to what the Titans Return had, with some better paint and a darker blue on the blues. So we got that. But yeah, the paint job is very nice, as you would expect from Takara. A lot of nice details. The jet isn't as detailed as the tank is. The tank's got plenty of details on it. As you can see, got some blue around the Decepticon sigils, which are painted on, not stickers. Hooray. Nice painted treads. Lots of cool stuff going for it. Purple at the front. Yeah. And the jet is a black jet with a painted on Decepticon sigil at the front. Nothing else to really say in this form, but you do have some nice vehicle modes, and the tank does roll very nicely. We'll do one comparison though with the BotCon Gigatron, who has a much lighter blue and has a similar paint job. As you can tell, different molds, so there is some differences here. Still, it's not a bad comparison, and we'll look back at this guy soon enough. We do have one more comparison to do, and that is with Sky Shadow. As you can see, the tanks are significantly different. Got a black and red tank as opposed to this one, but the mold is exactly the same. But for the jets, the molds are different. Very, very different. So it's hard to get them all both in frame, but yeah, they do seem to be about the same size from nose to tail. So there is that. And all in all, it's hard to say which one I like best, but I think Overlord kind of does it. Now, Overlord is also a rare case where you got not one but two Headmasters included, because he had two Titan Masters in the Power Masters in the G1. I'm sorry, or God Masters, or whatever you want to call them. He had two guys that formed engine blocks, basically. This one is a little tricky to open, but yeah, both vehicles have opening hatches, which is good. And reveals are Giga and Mega. So yeah. And they are very nice sculpts, very accurate to the old Power Masters, and these are new sculpts. They're not the same as what Sky Shadow had. In fact, let me get that figure out. But we'll bring in Sky Shadow's Titan Master. We'll get these all in this together. And as you can see, the molds are completely different between the three of them, which is pretty cool. Although Giga and Mega are better painted, obviously, since they actually have decent paint apps on them. But I do like that we have two different Headmasters with two different faces on the back, which we'll get into later. Almost forgot something very important. That's the combined vehicle mode. Yeah, this has it, sort of. Not really all that great though, and it's nowhere near as solid as Sky Shadows, which use this clip to clip into the bottom of the jet. But in this case, we're using the chest panels, and they just wrap around the front of the tank, provided I can find the points. Like there are two, before I even try this, you can see these two little divots right below the blue part, and there's one on each side. The clips for the chest panels actually go into those divots. But getting it to fit in right is tricky. Oh, there we go. Okay, maybe not so much. But it's not a stable connection. So I managed to get it like that, but it holds just about as well as you'd expect Beat to hold Mega Man through a rush jet section. It's not going to work, and yeah, the tank will drop. So it's there, but not great. But for now, we gotta get these guys into the base mode. Yeah, Overlord gets his base mode in this. It's not really hard to do though. So, let's see. Started off by taking off this cannon, which is not hard to do. We'll flip it over like we were going to robot mode, but instead we're going to take a little detour by flipping the legs around like so, like this. Rinse and repeat. And if you want, you can flip out the little connector pieces from the toes or the fronts of the tank, whatever you want to call them at this point. But we got the Giga tank done. Now the Mega Jet, which is actually pretty easy. We extend these out, bring the vents out a bit, and this part will rotate, and the jet cockpit will actually come out, flip. Let's put the landing gear in place. Is that not supposed to? Okay, maybe that's supposed to stay out. Yeah, that stays a little bit better. And then okay, I see. Yeah, we'll just bring that part down, and to combine the two, just slide the Giga tank in, and for the finale we plug the cannon right in here. Open this up, and there we have the base mode all set. And yeah, the base mode is really nice. It is compact, but it's actually very good. It works. Like, it feels like an Overlord base. You got the two halves of Giga tank on the sides. You got the Mega Jet in the back. Complete with tower. Complete with vacant spot for a Decepticon sigil that for some reason was never filled. I am going to have to get a repro label for that. And yeah, that's a little bit of an irksome thing because there is no reason there shouldn't be a Decepticon symbol right there. I mean, the thing is perfectly shaped for it. But yeah, we got the cannon in the middle. We got pegs for Titan Masters to stand. Anything you could want out of this thing, you got. Except for one sigil. But yeah, you do have a spot for Mega Jet. Or Mega, sorry. She's on the Mega Jet, but you also have a spot for, you can put Giga right in his seat. You can put him on a peg on the opposite side. You got plenty of room for your Headmasters or Titan Masters, which is pretty awesome. And I think this little base mode works. Now for comparison, bring this out a bit. We gotta bring in Sky Shadow again because he had a base mode as well. Although I gotta admit, Overlord does it better, a lot better. Of course, if you wanted, you could just easily connect these two cities together in a very odd way, where they're facing each other, their guns ready to shoot each other. Probably not the best idea. But yeah, you can also tilt these out, have them sitting next to each other like this, and that actually does look a little bit more menacing. Two big guns right at ya. Okay, but all in all, Overlord has the better base mode. So why don't we get him into robot mode now and see how that does. So we'll take the Titan Masters off, take off the gun, flip this up, we'll actually take the jet part off for now, and then we'll just undo these, flip the waist in, bring these parts back up, bring these out, flip them around, flip the thigh bit in to feel that, bring the little connectors in, flip out the toes, there, flip that in, bring the leg around, and yeah, we got the legs done. Which is good. We'll bring this up because he's a tall boy. It's Overlord, what you expect. Flip out the hands. Flip this piece back, which can be a little difficult at times. And flip around the helmet. And for this configuration, we're going to start off with Overlord Mega. So we'll take Mega, flip her into her head mode, put this up, put this in. I'm going to take that jet piece, just pop it onto her back for now. then take the gun and put it in her left hand. And yeah, it specifically says for Mega lefty. But yeah, we have Overlord Mega ready to go. And yeah, Overlord Mega looks good. And it's interesting how they actually decided to give different physical appearances and stylings to how Giga and Mega look in Overlord. That's pretty cool. Mega has the chest flaps closed, but also one also has the more slender face. If I can get the camera to focus on it. As you can see, the Mega Overlord face has a thinner, more feminine look to it to signify she's in control. And it was interesting how in the included comic, both Giga and Mega had their own Overlord Transtector, which is pretty cool. But for Mega, as you can see, quite tall, thanks to the alteration in how the feet are done. I mean, the feet themselves haven't changed, but they transform them differently by giving her kind of high heels. That's the best way I could describe it. Like, she has these high heel type boots now, thanks to the tank tread, but as you can see, the pins seem a little loose and mine tends to lean a little forward, so I had to bend the knees to accommodate that. It's unfortunate, but it's not unbearable. But while we're here, let's look at her articulation, or his articulation. Whatever you want to say. I'm saying her because Mega is a girl. And she's the one in control of Overlord right now. So you got left and right at the head. There is a little bit of an upward look, so you can look up slightly. Pretty nice. You got forward, backward, in and out. Pretty good hinge joints. An extra hinge here if you want. Okay, good. Bicep swivel. Got a 90-degree elbow. Nothing in the wrist. No waist swivel, but you do have the ability to arch the back a bit to reveal these missile pods, which are washed out in the light, but yeah, there you can see them. Very nice. Just be careful about the panels in the back so they don't snap. That's a nice little feature. You've got universal hips, a little bit of detent, very buttery. I wish that panel actually clipped, though, that ab thing. But you got in and out, forward, back, thigh swivel, a little less than 90 at the knee, and toes can move, and you got ankle pivot, which is really good. I just wish the toes were actually strong enough to accommodate the way they want to use her. But, yeah. Still pretty good. Still, yeah, I think she turned out good. Or he turned out good. Again, I'm only saying she because of Mega. But we should get some comparisons in. So we'll put Overlord back here. Straighten the camera out a little bit. And we'll start off with BotCon Gigatron, because that's the last Classics Overlord that I actually gotten. And boy, what a change. Then again, this BotCon Gigatron was a repaint of Bludgeon, a Voyager class who only had the tank part, so yeah, quite a change. Quite a change. Of course, we gotta compare her to Sky Shadow. And yeah, that little bit of height on the feet really actually helps, so Overlord looks a little bit bigger than Sky Shadow. Very nice. And we, of course, got to get Overlord next to his rival, Super Genrai. And we'll bring God Bomber in on the other side. So as you can see, Overlord is still towering over those two slightly. At least the head up from them. It's pretty good, but you know, there is a way they can get the edge, and that, of course, is by combining into God Genrai. And yeah, Overlord is still dwarfed a little bit by God Genrai, but that's to be expected. I mean, Genrai is a combination of 2 leader classes, and Overlord is just 1 leader class. So yeah. Now, as far as the fan-moded combination, I would need another Overlord to do it, so I can't do it, sorry. But what I can do is transform Overlord Mega into Overlord Giga. And that's easy to do. I mean, they didn't really make this challenging or rocket science or anything. First, you move the gun to the other hand, take the jet off the back, and flip out this little peg that's hidden in with the landing gear, and we could just pop it onto this shoulder. Open up the chest panels to reveal the faux Power Master things. Remove Mega. Make sure that he will stand. I might not be able to do the toe thing for long. Insert Giga. Close up the head, and now we have Overlord Giga. Now I'm just going to put the feet to normal because I want him to be able to stand. There we go. A lot more stable. But as you can see, significant difference here. Giga's Overlord face is a lot more thicker, a lot angrier, not smiling, but still really cool looking. And as you can see in the chest panels, which were empty on the Hasbro version, are now filled with the fake Power Master items. And they're not Power Masters in there, it's just some panels they put in. It's clipped in, and taking them out is a little tricky. You have to take him apart to do it, but it is possible. And after that, placing the Titan Masters or Prime Masters in would be the same as always. But I'll do a separate video on that a little later. In any case, right now, you can't put Prime Masters in him. Sorry guys. It's going to take a little surgery to do that. But Overlord Giga, he looks good. I like how they put the details on the outer parts of the chest panels, or like the inner parts have all the details. A little bit inverse from how the others, the US version of Overlord did it. So hopefully one day I'll be able to get that US version. I might look for it. I don't know. But in any case, I really do like Overlord. I think it turned out great. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Leave a like, leave a comment, subscribe, let me know what you think. And I'll see you next time. So until then, goodbye out there, whatever you are.